What's up, guys? I'm Christel Rossi, and welcome to episode 2 of Cashier Stories. Now, today we're going to talk about something a little bit serious. I basically cursed out a customer because of how ignorant she was during a tragic event that was happening during the time in the store. So let's get started, shall we? So I'm minding my business stocking food in the store and I see two customers walk in. One fat ass dude with some white ass slut. This girl has ripped up pants with an open t-shirt. Dead giveaway, you're a thought. And this fat ass dude has a kid with her, so you know he fucked up. But I can tell he's happy with her because while I'm stocking, I see him slapping her ass every 5 seconds, right? In front of the kids too. I fucking hate bad parenting. But this topic is for another video. Anyways, they're in the makeup aisle. And by the way, just for a disclaimer, I'm only watching them because when you're stocking the store and you have to watch the register, you have to see what customers are doing. So when they're ready to be rung up, you have to be there, you know? There's just a disclaimer for anyone who wants to say I'm stalking them. So I'm in front of the register, right? Because I'm stocking candies, you know, and checkout candy. You guys know CVS. And another customer comes in. He's an older black guy. And he looked kind of sweaty, which I thought it was so weird. It was even more weird because it was cold outside. So I asked him, "Are you okay?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm just looking for the pharmacy." I said, "Sir, the pharmacy is closed." So I offer him the directions to the 24-hour CVS. And as I'm doing so, this fat-ass dude and the slut is coming to be rung up. Now, before I tell you the rest of the story, I have to tell you about our bell we have at CVS. So basically, when you're stocking and putting up sale signs, you might not pay attention to the register. So the bell is there for the customer to ring or to, press on so the bell rings in case you don't pay attention. This case, the customer doesn't wait for like 5 minutes until you get there and you're like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry." So I'm giving him the directions. And as I'm giving him the directions, right, this slut's ringing the bell. So I'm like, let me give him the directions first. And then I'll deal with them, right? So remind you, I'm like 5 feet away from this bitch. And she's ringing the fucking bell 50 fucking million times like I don't hear this bitch. Now I'm like, alright, bitch. But then something extremely shocking happened. The dude I was giving the directions to had a fucking seizure. So he falls to the ground and I'm like, oh shit, I need an ambulance. So I'm calling 911, right? 911. This bitch sees this shit. And it's ringing the fucking bell like 50 fucking times. Looking dead at me. I couldn't fucking believe it. She rings it another 10 times. And says, "Where's your manager? I rang this bell 50 million times. You still not here." I'm like, "Bitch, don't you see me fucking helping this guy?" And I'm like on the phone with the ambulance at this point. But I didn't get to say anything because I cursed that bitch out. Fucking Thot. As he's trying to act tough with me, I cut him off and pulled out a blade. Now I have these blades we call box cutters to cut the bands off the trays so we can open them. I had one in my pocket at the time, so I pulled it out and told the guy, "Listen, you don't fucking know me, dog. And you don't know who the fuck I know, nigga. I will cut the shit out your fucking ass right here, right now." You could just see how fucking pissed I was. I was so pissed that I was impulsive. The supervisor comes out of the office with her lazy ass. And she's like, "What's going on?" The fucking guy's dying and this bitch is being ignorant. Whole time, we not even helping this poor man. So the ambulance is still on the phone when you call like the cops or the ambulance or the police. They actually use your phone to track where you are. So the cops and ambulance were already on their way. The cops come and all they see is a man on the ground, me yelling with a blade in my hand, and I'm the only black guy, so of course that means I'm getting arrested. But they didn't put me in the car, they just wanted to talk to me. I tell them the story and thank the Lord they were nice to me. But they said I didn't do anything to help the guy by cursing her out. You know, they were trying to teach me a lesson. But because I was at the right place at the right time, and I was under 18 and he was an adult, that was there. These two factors actually stopped me from getting charges. Thank God. The whole time this guy's being taken to the hospital, and I just heard news about him. Thank God he's still alive and in good health. He said that his seizure was just a reaction to one of his medicine. I guess like a side effect or something like that. Thank God he wasn't driving, dude. So the manager had to talk to me the next day. It was kind of, you know, he had to talk to me about about the situation, about what's gonna happen to me, and you know what's the deal. So I didn't get fired, thankfully, because of the situation, because of how the situation was and how intense it was. But I am on a 2-month probation. I don't give a fuck. I still get paid $9 an hour. It's fine. So that's pretty much the end of the story. And I learned something from this experience, which is anger doesn't help, but just make things worse. The whole time I was arguing with that bitch ass Thot, I could have been helping that poor man. But I didn't, and nothing happened. I didn't do anything to help the situation, and to this day, well, it was only a couple weeks ago, but to this day, I still feel, you know, really sad about it. So that's the lesson to everyone here, is that anger will only make things worse. Try your best not to get angry, because anger leads to impulsiveness, and impulsiveness could lead you to jail time, or worse, it could kill you. Suppose I was in the street with this guy and he could have had a gun or anything, or even suppose that I cut him with the blade. If I had a blade, I would have a criminal record for the first time. So it's very important during all situations to not stay mad and to stay rational. That's another thing that I find interesting about my series, is that in the end, I always learn something. In episode 1, in the end, I learned something. You know, that girl was extremely ignorant. Just extremely ignorant. I wanted to say the details, but I really don't remember, just because of how mad I was. I was so mad to the point where I just did not remember. So, you know, I learned that, you know, you really shouldn't get angry. You know, I could have got fired. I could have lost my job. That's just really not cool. You know, I'm on a 2-month probation. I had to sign forms and stuff. That's fine. You know, I couldn't stand. The reason why I had to curse her out is because I just couldn't stand for that kind of ignorance. That was just the most ignorant thing that I've ever heard in my life. I mean, you're ringing the bell when I'm 5 feet away from you. You're not even that cute, by the way. Like, I mean, come on. It was just, it was so ignorant. I mean, the man was dying, dude. I legit thought that man was dying. And it's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I can't tolerate that kind of ignorance. I can't tolerate it from anyone. I used to have a friend, right? And she was black. She was a black person. And she would always talk shit about black people, but she was black. And one day, I just didn't tolerate it anymore. And I told her, you know what, bitch? Go fuck yourself. You fucking thought. And she was insecure about her weight, so I called her a fat bitch. You know what I mean? A fat bitch with stretch marks. Lay off the chocolate and cheeseburgers. You know what I mean? I just didn't give a fuck. And, you know, that's just how I am, you know? Ignorance will piss me off. So that's pretty much the end of the story, guys. I hope you guys liked episode 2 of Cashier Stories. This is actually a great series, man. I hope you guys do it. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.
Body drop.